Let's talk about a piece of technology you use every single day, probably without even thinking about it. Nope, it's not your phone, and it's not your laptop. It's the cloud. In this explainer, we're going to figure out where your entire digital world actually lives. Okay, so let's just stop and think for a second. When you save a file to Google Drive, where does it go? Seriously. Or when you're binging a show on Netflix or jumping on a Zoom call, where's all that data actually coming from? It feels like it's just out there, like magic. But it has to be somewhere, right? Well, the answer to that whole mystery is one simple but incredibly powerful idea: the cloud. That's it. That's the engine humming along in the background, running pretty much your entire digital life. But the cloud is such a weird term, isn't it? It sounds more like something in a weather report than a piece of technology. So let's pull back the curtain and break down what it really is in simple terms. At its core, cloud computing is a really straightforward concept. Instead of saving a file directly onto your computer's hard drive or your phone's memory, you're using the internet to save it on someone else's computer. And these aren't just any computers. We're talking about huge, powerful machines called servers. That's where all your stuff is stored, where you access it from, and even where you run apps. Just think about how different this is from the old way. Remember that? Everything lived right there on your device. You were always worried about running out of space, and if your computer crashed or you lost your phone, poof, your data could be gone forever. The cloud just completely changes that whole game. Your data lives online, so you get all the space you need, it's backed up automatically, and you get, well, a lot more peace of mind. Okay, so we know what the cloud is, but why did it take over the world? Well, the answer is in the benefits. And they're not just little perks, they're more like digital superpowers. Let's dig into the four biggest ones. These superpowers all work together. First, you save money because you don't have to buy your own massive expensive servers. Second, you get total freedom. You can get to your files from anywhere, as long as you have an internet connection. Third, need more storage for all those vacation photos? You can scale up instantly whenever you want. And finally, the foundation for all of it is security. Those automatic backups mean it's way, way harder to lose something important. But, no technology is perfect. It's never that simple. To really get the full picture, you have to understand the downsides too. So let's shift gears and talk about some important words of caution, the things you really need to keep in mind. So to be a smart cloud user, you've got to remember three things. First, and this is the big one, no internet means no cloud. Your files are still safe, but you just can't get to them. Second, always remember where your data is. It's on some other company's servers. That means you're trusting them to keep it safe, and you should probably know what their privacy policy looks like. And last, you have to watch the cost. It can be super cheap to start, but if you're using it a ton, those bills can get surprisingly high. This summary table really nails it. It's all about trade-offs. For connection, you trade the need for internet for the freedom to access your stuff anywhere. For control, you trade having your files in your hands for the convenience of having pros manage everything for you. And for cost, you trade a huge upfront investment for a pay-as-you-go plan that, can get expensive if you're not careful. All right, so let's zoom out and wrap this all up. The big takeaway here isn't just a list of pros and cons. It's about realizing just how deeply the cloud is woven into pretty much everything we do online. It's become fundamental. The source material for this explainer really puts it perfectly. Cloud computing has become a modern necessity. It's the reason our digital world feels so fast, so affordable, and so reliable. But the most important part is right at the end, you have to use it wisely. And understanding the basics, just like we've talked about, is the first step. So I'll leave you with a final thought. As you go about your day today, just kind of notice how often you're tapping into the cloud. What's the one service you can't live without? Is it Google Drive for work, YouTube for learning stuff, or Netflix for just kicking back? The more you look for it, the more you'll see that invisible engine just humming along, powering your world.